I'm happy that you all showed up today. I know most of you from back from 2010 and 2014 when I was a county commissioner, and it was your hard work that got us there, and that was a brief, shining time in Chatham County where we had a lot of progress being made. And Walter will talk a little bit probably about how that's being undone. But back in 2014, when the new Board of Commissioners took charge, they kind of ramped up what's going on the national level of shouting down opposing views, pushing aside anybody that didn't agree with them 100%, even people within their own party. If you didn't agree with them, they were removed from office or they were taken off of advisory boards. So that's what we're seeing here in the county. And it's really disturbing because it's a national thing, and it's making it very difficult. We've got lots of examples. For instance, I guess it was 2 years ago when they decided they want to zone the entire county that was unzoned, which was about 250,000 acres. Now, there are some good arguments for zoning, but the way we had it going, Walter, me, and Pam, was we wanted to go to the different communities and find out how each area of the county should be zoned, rather than just a one-size-fits-all. Well, they got into office and they canceled all of our community meetings that were scheduled. They decided there was no need that the citizens should be able to speak face-to-face with their elected officials. They had consultants go out and they had some advisory boards, but never provided a time when people could actually speak to the commissioners. And they promised they wouldn't do a one-size-fits-all. Well, they did. A few weeks after making that promise, they zoned every part of the county that was unzoned R1. And we can get into what that is later, but that really restricts what you can do with your property. And it wouldn't have been so bad had they not promised it, but in the interim, we literally had hundreds of people show up at their meetings, farmers, the people that own the land that was being zoned, and they told the commissioners that there was a better way. They offered alternatives. They begged not to have their property rights taken away from them, and they were all ignored. So the next step was the Farm Bureau, the Planning Board, and the ag business community all got together and recommended against the action the commissioners were going to do. They too were ignored, and then so since then everything has been zoned in a one-size-fits-all, which is not good for this county. It can be undone, but it's going to take a lot of work to zone the individual parts of the county the way they should be. We have a lot of work to do on the short term and the long term in the county, but short term, you may not be aware, but Jim Crawford and the other commissioners, other than our one good one, Walter, are pushing real hard to stack the Board of Commissioners with 2 additional commissioners that will be elected at large. And what that means is that's 2 additional commissioners that will be selected by just 2 or 3 of the precincts in this county. We have 18, but if they win those 2 or 3, they know they maintain power. And everything they're doing right now is to maintain that power. They're more concerned about making political points than doing what's best for the county. A perfect example of that is my opponent, Diana Hales. When Duke Energy was, when the state ordered us, the county, to take coal ash from Duke Energy from other parts of the state, we didn't want it. We fought against it, but the bottom line was the state said it's coming. So Lee County and staff of Chatham County negotiated with Duke to get a better deal than just dumping their coal ash. And that deal included $18 million of unencumbered cash as we receive the coal ash. Now, if you're not familiar with Chatham County budget, $18 million is a big deal. And we need that money if we're going to get the coal ash anyway. It also put a limit on the amount of coal ash that would come into the county, something that Duke didn't have to agree to. It also paid $114,000 a year for 5 years to make up for lost property taxes. So all of that was in the agreement. And it came down to a 2 choices, binary. Either accept the agreement and the coal ash, or accept the coal ash. There was really no other choice. Diana voted to turn down the agreement. She didn't want the $18 million. She didn't think we needed the $114,000 a year, all to make a political point. Now, fortunately, Walter was able to get 2 of the others. It was a 3-2 vote to accept that money. and we are now receiving it, and it's being used to help the Moncure portions of the Moncure area of the county to alleviate some of the negative effects of that coal ash. It's being used for the Sprott Center, and it's being used for what it should be used for. But we wouldn't have had that if the current majority had their way. So we have those types of things to worry about. We've got the mega sites, the advanced manufacturing. We need to bring more jobs. I'll stop there because I know Walter has some things to say, and I don't want to have to say everything. So, and we're going to be around if you have any questions on specifics, anything you hear tonight. We definitely need your help. We know we can win. We've done it before, but it takes every single person to get out there and help us spread the word. So thank you.